Hey everyone, welcome back to Wilson Builds. If you're new here, I'm Zach. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're returning, thanks for your continued support. On this episode of the 1948 Mercury pickup build, we turn this into this. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have no idea what I am doing. This is my first time ever really jumping into a seat upholstery. However, the kit on LMC seemed pretty straightforward. I've watched some YouTube videos and some other upholstery videos, and I think we could tackle it. So I guess the first thing to do is strip everything off. So as you can see, the bottom is way worse than the top, so I figure let's start at the bottom and go from there. So you can see lots of layers of fabric. I forget what this is. Maybe like, is it horsehair? I'm not too sure. I could be completely wrong there, but a bunch of burlap, some more fabric over the actual top of the spring part, and then looks like remnants of maybe the old seat cover. I'm not too sure. We will see as we take it apart. So I really don't know what's in this, but there's lots of dust and stuff. So hopefully there's no asbestos. Could be, I don't know. But for precautions, I'm gonna put on a mask while I rip this apart. If you pull back the layers, you can start to see the old seat cover, and I think this was it. This old blue corduroy type fabric. But then we come over here and there's this red kind of leather imitation sort of deal. So who knows, this seat might have been recovered a few times. So you can see on the top here that we have that leather kind of imitation stuff. And if that's part of the seat, I don't know. Did someone put us here? I don't know. I mean, there's a couple pieces of it. I think it's just for covering the springs maybe. But like I said, this is my first time doing this. I don't really know. It'd be cool to find a build sheet in here. But it looks like someone just put this on top of the springs to cover them, to make it a little bit more comfortable. It looks like this was once a mouse kingdom. There's lots of nuts and stuff mice would be attracted to. Hopefully you don't find any dead mice. So this is the bottom portion of the seat. As you can see, I left a lot of this burlap. The only reason being is because the burlap is held on by these hog rings, and the hog rings also connect some of the springs. So what I did is I just cleaned it really thoroughly and vacuumed out all the spring holes. But as you can see, there's no dust anymore. So what I'm gonna do tomorrow, if it wasn't so late tonight, I would spray this off with my compressor and kind of go through it again. That being said, I don't want my neighbors to hate me. So we'll have to pick up tomorrow morning and just spray everything off. And then I'd like to give it a really quick coat of black, just, you know, on some of the pieces. Try to cover the whole thing, but I'm not gonna be too picky. And then we'll go pick up some foam and some other things to start on the seating pad of the bottom portion. All right, step one, put some underlay down. Now, I'm gonna do this on the floor because it's gonna be much easier. All right, underlay is on. So yeah, let's get the foam down. The foam is gonna come over the edges and we're gonna have to glue it down and hog ring it where we can. So yeah, get our piece of foam, trace it out, cut it out, put it on. Simple as that. Let's check how we're feeling. Yeah, it's about as good as it was before we took it off. And this cover does have some good foam built in here, so it'll make the rigidity a lot better. So yeah, let's put this on, see how it goes. I mean, I guess we're just hog ringing it like we did the foam, and the foam was somewhat difficult because it tore really easy. So you had to hold it, hog ring it, hold it. So this, being stronger, shouldn't have that much of an issue. So let's get this on. All right, I think that sag here can be manipulated with the front now. So I think I'm gonna start hogging it at the back, and then we can really reef the front forward. Where are my hog rings? Okay, so we're just checking all the lines right now. So I don't know if the sewing was straight to begin with, as I didn't check it and I didn't sew it. So it's looking pretty good. That being said, if you have one side that's more stretched, you're gonna get these weird kind of wavy marks. So I got the center stitch here dead in the center, so I'm happy with that. The back is looking good. Now what I wanna do is start pulling this forward evenly, so this line here is basically even when it's tight. So I think I'm gonna flip it down onto its back here. That way I can compress the springs a little bit when I pull, and therefore I can get a little bit more snug in areas that are proving to be challenging, and then the hog rings can find a nice home as well. All right, so all the piping is even. So this side's higher and this side's higher, and in the front it kind of dips down and runs straight. I don't know how straight it looks like on the camera, but everything is really tight and snug and it's pretty comfortable. So we're gonna do the back piece now that the cushion's done. And again, same thing. We're gonna do our underlay, our foam, and then our cover. So enjoy the time lapse. All right guys, so I'm pretty happy with the seat and how it turned out. There's a couple errors. The top lines here don't really match well with the bottom lines, and I think that's when I was kind of stretching it and trying to make it work. That being said, once it's in the truck, you're not gonna notice. You literally only notice it at the front when you're looking at it directly on. That being said, let's put this in the truck and see how it looks. All right, let's try this out. Oh. That is pretty tight. I'm a little heavier these days, so maybe it's just me. I think we could move this seat back a bit. There's adjusters on it. All right, it's a little better. All right, guys, just like that, the seat is complete in the truck. It's comfy. It makes all the seat sounds that an old truck should make, and I am really excited where we got to in this video. I was really skeptical at the start of this video, thinking that this was going to be kind of like a half-a-day job. I'd likely get frustrated and probably seek some help from my friends, but realistically, it was way easier than I was expecting. I mean, it went really smoothly. This was our first seat we've ever done too. Keep that in mind. So if I can do it, you guys behind the screen could definitely do it. The only one thing I recommend, go get yourself a decent set of hog ring pliers. I got mine from Princess Auto here in Victoria, but I mean, if you're in the States, it's probably like Harbor Freight. Amazon sells them. It made the job so much easier. The ones supplied by LMC were garbage, and realistically I threw them right in the garbage because I was getting so frustrated, and it was worth the trip to go get the new pliers. That being said, guys, I'm going to call the video there. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't be afraid to like, subscribe, comment, and hit those notifications because it really helps grow the channel. Let me know what you thought of today's video. It's probably going to be a little shorter because I was actually expecting it to be longer, but the process of putting the seat together was actually, again, much easier. So we'll see you next time on Wilson Builds, and thanks for tuning in.